Hey guys, I got a new video for you today, and we're going to be taking a look at a headlamp from Thrunite. This is the H01, and here is the packaging. As you can see from the box here, it does come in 3 different colors. So you have black, green, or orange, and it actually comes in 2 light outputs, cool white or neutral white. So as you can see here, mine is the black one in cool white. Your typical Thrunite box here. So obviously from the size of the box, you can tell that this is a little bit on the smaller side, which I do like, especially for headlamps. You don't want something that's too heavy where it's going to be uncomfortable when you're using it. So let's go ahead and get into the box and take a look at everything that comes inside. First things first, this light is rechargeable, so you do get a USB to micro USB charging cable here. Nice length. I like the fact that they do include that. Then you have the light here. We'll set it off to the side and we'll take a look at it later. A couple other accessories. You do have a pocket clip here, which is really nice because this allows you to carry the light in 2 different form factors. So you can actually carry it as a headlamp, or if you throw the pocket clip on there, you can use it, and carry it clipped to your pocket. Let's see what else is in here. You have some informational that tells you to please screw down the light head and tail cap tightly before use. Obviously they do that so that the battery is not making contact, so it doesn't arrive or doesn't create any issues or anything like that. And then you have this little bag here which has a couple spare O-rings and some spare doors for the charging ports, which is nice in case those were to come off by any chance. And then some more information in here. Customer service card, customer service card, a gift card here, and then you do have your user manual. Now, I always recommend that you check out your user manual, especially when it comes to flashlights, just because a lot of these new flashlights do have several modes, and it would be great to be able to figure out how to get to those modes. So here is a look at the different outputs and stuff like that. This does have quite a few different modes, from turbo all the way down to firefly, and then with an included SOS and some pretty good run times there. So if you want to check those out, you can go ahead and pause the video and read through that. And then we'll take a look at the light itself. Now, as you can see, this one does come with a camouflage headband. I'm not sure if all the different colors come with the same headband, but that's pretty cool. Usually these will come with black headbands. They usually say Thrunite and stuff like that on them. So I like the fact that they kind of threw in a little bit of color in here. We'll take off this rubber band that is holding it all together, and here it is. So again, no branding on the headband as far as it's saying Thrunite or anything like that. That's neither here nor there for me. Obviously I know that it is a Thrunite flashlight. And here is the flashlight itself. Very small form factor. Here it is on the palm of my hand. I'm going to go ahead and remove it from the portion here that attaches it to the headband, just so we can take a look at the flashlight a little bit easier. This is just a rubber piece that the light kind of goes in there, but it holds it in there nice and secure, and very, very lightweight, which is, again, I mentioned that, not too thick, so it's going to make it really comfortable when you're wearing it, especially if you have any type of headgear like a hat or a helmet or something like that on. The headband is not going to get in the way. So here is a look at the flashlight itself. You do have your button right at the top here that's going to allow you to turn the light on and off and switch through the different modes. On the side here, you do have your little doorway there for your charging cable. Again, that is via micro USB. And you can go ahead and secure that back in there, and then that is pretty much it. You do have some stylings all around it. There is some sections right here in the middle of the body that will kind of form itself to when you put it into the holder here, but this is also where you will attach your pocket clip. So let's go ahead and take that out so we can see what it looks like. So the pocket clip will, actually it'll go this way right here, right there. So you can go ahead and attach the clip. And then if you, you can clip this onto your pocket or something like that. But then it is reversed, which is nice because if you wanted to clip this side, I know a lot of times people say to the brim of the hat, yes, you can go ahead and do that. It'll just kind of point straight down if you do it. But what I see this good for is if you want to go ahead and clip this, because the light is at an angle, if you wanted to clip it to the strap of a backpack or something like that, you can also do that with this clip, which is really nice. And then it'll allow you to kind of go hands-free and then have the light kind of shine out in front of you. So we'll go ahead and remove that clip, set it off to the side, and again, taking a look at the light itself, you do have kind of like an orange peel look on the lens there, so that is good. It's it's going to give you more of an area light as opposed to throwing the light out there. But with a headlamp or a flashlight at this time, you're going to want it to do things closer to you. It's going to light an area in front of you. Obviously, the purpose of a headlamp is to go hands-free. So if you needed to shine down, you're working on something, maybe you're camping and you're cooking dinner or something like that, you want to go ahead and have the light right there in front of you where it's going to do the best work. So again, this is your switch right on top of there. It is rubberized. It's nice and big. You're going to be able to get to it even if you're wearing gloves or something like that, which is nice. Once you press it, the light will come on. Again, they mentioned make sure that the head and the tail are tight, which it seems like they might have come loose because I have been using this and it works great. So there it is. There's the light. So you guys can see you do have two LEDs right on the top there that lets you know how much battery life you have. So blue is anywhere from 21 to 100% of the light. Then if it's red, it's 11 to 20%. And then if it's flashing red, it's 1 to 10%. And that'll let you know when you need to go ahead and charge it back up. So pressing the light once will turn it on, pressing it again will turn it off. This does have a memory function, so it will come on the last mode that you left it on. So when the light is on, you can press and hold, and it'll actually cycle through low, medium, and high. Low, medium, and high. We'll go ahead and leave it on high there. So high is 195 lumens, and I think that is just enough to be able to do the majority of tasks that a headlamp is going to require you to do, especially because you are going hands-free. Now, the really cool thing is that you do have a turbo mode, which ramps it up to 687 lumens, and you reach that by actually double-clicking the switch there. So that goes to turbo. So that is 687 lumens, and that is actually good for 75 seconds. And once that goes by, it'll actually ramp down to 205 lumens, and that is going to be good for 85 minutes. So again, you get a quick burst of a lot of light, a lot of lumens coming out of the flashlight for a little bit of time, and then 75 seconds. Obviously, that's a minute and 15 seconds, and then it ramps down to a very respectable 205 lumens. Again, more than enough light for the majority of EDC tasks. Now, besides your high, medium, and low modes, and then also your turbo mode, you do have a firefly mode. If you press and hold the button there, it will come on. And again, I'm shining it directly at the camera because it's actually only 0.5 lumens. But the great thing is that this is good for 15 days. So if you definitely want to preserve, the light and get the most out of the battery in there, you can go ahead and use that firefly mode, and it's good for 15 days. And then if you press it, it will turn off. Again, if you turn the light on, if you click it twice, it goes to turbo. If you click it 3 times, it'll go into SOS. So 1, 2, 3. And here it is going through SOS. Now, I like the fact that they went with SOS and not strobe and SOS. I find that, with a headlamp, the strobe would kind of get too disorienting really close to your eyes like that. But because headlamps are generally preferred to be used when you're going out camping and things like that, you are going to want to have some way of signaling if you have any trouble, and SOS is obviously the way to go. So I like the fact that they did go with SOS for the signaling function of the light here, the H01. So let's go ahead and slip it back into the headband here. So as you see, you just kind of work it in there, make sure that those rubber arms kind of go into it. And the great thing about this is that you can actually slide it in here either through the left or through the right, depending on if you're right-handed or left-handed. But even though it's on there, there is no right or wrong way of putting this on. So if I were to slide it this way, but I want the switch on the other side, I don't necessarily have to pull it out and pull it back in. I can just turn it around and put it on, and I'm good to go. Now, normally with flashlight reviews, a lot of reviewers like to go outside and kind of show you what this would look like. out in the open and things like that. With headlights, I like to use them more inside the house. This is probably how I would use them. Again, this is designed to be used more kind of close to yourself, close to the body. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into one of the rooms here in my house, and I'll show you guys what that looks like, and show you a little bit of a hack that I normally use with headlamps, especially when the light goes out. Alright guys, so we are currently in a room here in my house. This is our game room. As you guys can see, the TV's there. And the reason that I chose this room is because we live in Central Florida, and we get a lot of heavy rains, hurricanes, power outages, things like that. So it's always good to have a headlamp, and the H01 from Thrunite does a great job at keeping my hands-free and being able to move around if I needed to. So this is a great example of how I would use this. So let's say I were to walk into this room and I need some lights. I have the headlamp on my head right now, so I'll go ahead and turn off the lights in here now. Again, it's going to be rather dark, and I'll reach up and turn on the light. Right now, I just turned it on in the low mode, so I'm not sure how much you'll be able to see here, but this is giving me just enough light to see what's going on around the room. If I needed to kind of walk around and still preserve the battery for the headlamp, I could do that. If I reach up and press and hold, it'll go from low to medium. And as you guys can see, medium is lighting up a little bit more. You can see the TVs there, you can see the couch in front of you. So this is giving me a little bit more light if I needed to do something else. And then if I reach up and press and hold, it'll go low, medium, and then to high. And as you guys can see, high is obviously showing you a lot more of what's going on in front of you here. And then if I were to double click it, that'll bring it up to turbo. Again, turbo is more than enough light to see exactly what's going on. But what I would normally do is I would actually rotate the headlamp up. And what this does is it actually bounces the light off of the ceiling, and it gives it a more wider area, more wider spill for the lights. So I'm able to see a lot more of what's going on without having to shine the light totally in front of me like I'll do now. I'll go ahead and rotate it back. I can go ahead and do that very easily. So now it kind of pushes the light a little bit further out there, and I'm able to see what's going on in front of me. So that would be my hack. My hack is that if I'm going to be walking around inside of the house with a headlamp on, I would try and rotate the headlamp up to the ceiling and bounce the light off of the ceiling, so it gives me more of a spread of the light itself. Now again, not all headlamps are able to do that, and I'm just glad that the H01 is able to do that very easily because of the design. Now if I wanted to, if I had to transition to do something outside, I can go ahead and take it off, put on my pocket clip, maybe hang it from my shirt or hang it from a backpack strap or something like that, and it does double duty that way. Now again, you do have the ability to do the SOS, so if I triple click this, it'll go into the SOS. So as you guys can see, right now it is doing SOS. So if I needed to signal somebody that there's something going on, I can go ahead and do it that way. Or I can lay it down and kind of work around if I had to, and still have it be signaling. So I'll press and turn it off, and then if I press and turn it back on, it'll actually come on that high output, which is the last one that I was using before I started going throughout all the different features. So again, the H01 from Thrunite is a great option, very lightweight, which is what I do enjoy. I can wear it with a hat, without a hat, just on my head. I can take it off and clip it on with a pocket clip onto my pocket. If I wanted to carry it as an EDC flashlight, it'll serve that role as well. So I think it's a great option to pick up for pretty much anybody that needs a dual role flashlight. So I'll go ahead and leave a link below in case you guys are interested where you can pick that up and find out some more information. But there it is. That is a look at the H01 headlamp from Thrunite. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Thanks.